And we're back with an apology. Not that we didn't watch the episodes, I just had to work last Wednesday, which is when we
Yep.
record these.
Yeah.
As always,
Man.
we are Half Hour Henshin. I am Sleepy Weech, joined by my co host,
DJ Azure, the 2.5D Hero Talktuber.
and we have double the episodes to talk about today. So we are just cutting straight in. Gav episode 4.
Oh man, yeah, these next two episodes are basically backstory central. Oh my god.
I love the little reference, to those little carts in Japan where they like leave vegetables and stuff, and they're like, just leave the money. Like, we trust you. Like, very cute.
Yep.
But the immediate vibes are like, okay, well, those are in the ground, so those I can take.
Yep. And then he tries to grab him, gets caught, and then we have we have our once an episode pass out. Shoma passing out at the feet of someone.
Shoma passing out, Shoma being like this. First of all, again, the vibes are so cute. Like, it's like an old woman's like, oh, I'm sorry, I just thought these were in the ground. I was just hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And then our boy passes out, which again I'm continuing to enjoy for like this little intro arc.
Yeah.
And oh, it's so sad. He looks like their dead son.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Uh,
oof, this hurt a
yeah.
bit.
Yeah, and it's and like we basically found out that their son died 20 years ago already, and we're like,
Yep, yep, yep.
yeah, it hurts already. But yeah, it's also kind of interesting because we finally get a little bit more of the twins, which is always a good thing. I'm
Ooh,
really
they're so
hoping.
cute.
Okay, so this is what I'm hoping because like I know it's the family, but I really hope they don't knock them out like one by one because it would suck. I want to see the twins for this entire season. Like,
Yeah, my biggest problem with with his family is like every time I see like any member of his family, I'm just like, oh no, they're all hot.
exactly.
But
Uh,
what I like just from the setup from this, like as a whole, is the
mhm,
fact that like there's competing interest in the family.
mhm.
They're keeping a secret that they know about the Red Gap, even though second brother might already know.
Yeah,
Uh, and we find out this time that everyone's got their own agents
yeah,
that are
and
represented by color.
yeah. What's also kind of crazy too is actually we see it in the next episode, but we're talking about two episodes at once, so we might as well talk about it now. But so the Gochizo coming out of Shoma's Gav, the agents come out like the minions
Yep, they're
for
their
the others.
minions.
Yeah, exactly. So when Shoma said, "Is this my minion?" That was accurate. Like we were like, "Is that really the case here?" Like
Yep,
the Pikmin stuff.
that's what
But
they're
no,
called.
yeah. And talk
Uh,
about those agents, tech like freaking techwear zoomers. The funniest thing is that the part timers aren't that strong, but these agents though,
yeah, they were not jobbers. It's really funny. It's like kind of the reverse. And I
yeah.
also think part of it is going to be that like Shoma is starting off relatively weak. He doesn't actually
Hmm.
know the best way to utilize his powers yet. He just got them and he's
Hmm.
learning. And so the agents who are already like built and probably have been, they know their powers because they've been like the other family's been making agents for a while at this point.
Yeah.
Um God,
But yeah, it's just interesting that like they like the family like the regular Gavs make these normal human sized minions, and he just has his own little ones. But yeah, no, it's just insane that like what we normally think of as just regular henchmen are like dangerously like skilled.
are the stronger ones, yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
also
it makes
really
sense because
like
they
the
keep saying part timers.
I also like the vibe that someone did was like, you think the Cochizos will be able to fight on their own?
Dude, that would be great.
I do
Uh,
love how like little hyper competent they are. They're very cute. Um Going back
yep.
to the sadness, man, seeing him interact with this family, like this grandpa and grandma, and like give them some hope in their life is so
Yeah.
cute. It's so wholesome. I'm so sad that basically like the crux of this episode is like, hey, we gotta stay away from them because if they're too happy, uh, that they might be used for spice.
Yeah,
Uh,
they'll be targeted by they'll be targeted by my family.
Also, scientist man is so suspicious.
Yes. Okay. And here we go. Here we go. We can finally talk about Suga. Oh man. So one of the funniest things I saw about this is that he's talking and basically immediately ask like, hey, do you know anything about the Granudes? And he's like, no. Okay, cool. Let me explain to the audience.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep. And we are getting the backstory from our boy. Basically, his mom seems to have been kidnapped, maybe. Basically killed. I posted it on Twitter just to have like a time frame because we weren't here. But after
Yeah.
episode 4, I'm basically like, I think Hanto and Shoma may be half brothers. Where
I mean,
what
we'll
his
see. We'll see.
he saw a red Gav, which we
Mhm.
now know from episode 5 he's been experimented on, but we don't know
Yeah.
if that gave him the red Gav or if it like upgraded his red Gav. But he saw a red Gav before, his mom was taken, and then Shoma, and seeing that like there was no love between them also made me be like, oh, that would also explain why she could have, because originally I thought maybe she just left with a dad, maybe they were in love, but she wouldn't have just left her son behind. But if she was
Hmm.
kidnapped, and had no ever thoughts of ever going back. That would also explain why she never told Shoma about it. Anyway, it's a wild theory. I'm just putting it out. I put it out on Twitter just so I would have the like timestamp of like this is when I thought about this. So if it comes out,
Fair enough.
I have the
Yeah.
like proof, and I'm saying it on the podcast so that people know I think about this.
True. Yeah.
I loved his
But yeah.
reaction to eating marshmallows. It was very cute.
Yep. And then we then of course, the happiness has to end in by him seeing his twin siblings.
Yep.
And oh
And I do love
man.
how like they never mentioned his last name, but they kept it a little hidden. But the moment that like the twins show up, he's like Jeepney-san,
Yeah,
like immediately
exactly.
calls them sister. Oh God.
Yeah, and it's like they're basically like taunting him, like saying, "Oh, they're gonna make good spice," and then pretty much just basically going back and showing, um,
That they've been happy
good
together.
spice.
Yep.
Exactly. It's like they're happy, just like your mom was, and then it's like, oh,
And we get the
then we get to see the
backstory. Yep.
backstory with his mom.
She's
Oh
just like
man,
dead.
yeah.
But
Like
also in
it's
this
it's
scene,
fucked up because first sister breaks it in half too. Like,
oh yeah. Also though, man, their granite forms all look so sick too.
yeah.
I
I
love that
will
the
I
twins
will
are like wolf heads.
Yeah, I will. Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of laughing about how it is mostly just a change in the head.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, I feel like there's gonna be a change in like the outfit when they actually fight, but I don't think
Mhm.
they want to spoil like the full transformation.
Yeah.
But maybe
Uh.
it won't. Maybe it's just maybe they just got those fits on for real.
Yeah. But yeah, they basically put his mom in the machine. She comes out as Spice, and his sister just breaks it.
Yep.
It's so messed up. I'm like,
Yeah, she was
look,
like, "Oh,
look.
they could go in our bargain bin."
Yeah, like I know. It's like I already knew. Like we all knew this show was gonna be dark immediately because of how the opening was, with showing the sad shots, and we've seen Hanto's sad stuff, we've seen Shoma's sad stuff for realsies now. So it's like I'm just like wondering what made Sachika so happy. I'm talking about Sachika. We're gonna talk about her on the second part of us talking about Gab because she does not show up in this episode. So I was a little sad, but it made
Yeah,
sense for
she's
narratively.
cute. We're waiting. This is an episode where he went off somewhere, so like even the stuff we saw with Hanto was like him on his own. It wasn't like
Mm,
him doing stuff. But
yeah,
man, the scene of him being like, "I have to get up. This is my mother's world. I have to defend it," and he
yeah.
pops his own suit to give himself space in the headlock so that he can move.
Yeah, but it's
Fucking
also crazy too.
fantastic.
Yeah, yeah, but like I said, these agents like they know how to fight. The one thing where he does the sword beam and the two basically just do like side flips over it. And it's like what the
Yep,
hell?
they are not fucking around. But also,
Yeah,
we get Marshmallow suit. It's super cute. I love that he
yeah,
just hangs on the fucking fluffy effects.
yep.
Uh,
And the other thing too is like it's like I love how these like someone was pointing out these upgrade suits like having small issues like you have to cut exactly for the chips and you have to wield you have to wield with two hands because it's hard to carry stuff with the marshmallow hands.
yep, it's cool. Its
Yeah.
specialized forms are interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's cool, especially with like the fact that you're supposed to be able to do like different things with them. It's like okay, there's a trade off for this kind of power. Uh,
Yeah.
so I think that's cool. Uh, God, Marshmallow form is just so funny. I loved seeing him just bounce around, and then he just
Yep.
fucking the walls them.
Hmm. Yeah.
Uh,
uh.
but anyway, I love the vibes. He tells his siblings to fuck off because if not, even he'll fight even them. They kind of laugh at his face. The family is so sad because he's not coming back, and they're like he must be doing something that, and he goes off on his own because he can't bother anyone.
Yeah,
Uh,
and then we get a second pass out. So it's kind of like that joke about like the the Pacific Rim meme. Like this happened at, like 5 minutes in at the end of at the end of the first episode. This happened like him passing out happens in the first 2 minutes of the next episode, and here he is passing out at the beginning of the episode and at the end of the episode.
yeah,
So he's already passed out by the
I
time we go to episode 5.
yep. Which I mean,
Which
the
we're not even
setup.
going to talk about the preview for because
Yeah.
we're going to talk about it.
Well, I mean, the main thing is also because it's basically a setup for the pass out for episode 5.
Yeah.
He wakes up to a granite in the cave. And
Hmm.
I thought this was gonna be like, oh, maybe some granites can like kind of live in peace and they're chilling. Maybe some of them escape to Earth, and it's like, actually, I was the dude who did the surgery to make you into the Common Rider. I gave you this power because your dad wanted me to. I just got
Mm.
distracted looking for a thing to make you powerful because the sweets were so good.
Yeah. But yeah, like Shoma immediately attacks him.
Well,
Like,
yeah, at this
yeah,
moment,
it makes sense.
he assumes they're all after him.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like it's all like also a big thing like that people were discussing about this episode is because we had this happen like mostly because of discussion from from Geats really.
Right.
Like the whole thing where it's like like unlike the other ones with parental abuse, he says I'm not wrong to hate my dad for all the
Yeah.
shit he did.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. We're gonna see how this goes. This is the one thing where that writer always hurts me because we get some shit ass father. And
Yeah.
then by the end of the series, it's like maybe I understand why they did it, and even Gottsched doesn't get away with it from the being absentee. Now they're not nearly as bad as some of the fathers like in Geet, straight up,
Yeah.
but like just the being absent for I guess Hotaru's whole life, and then Fuga also being gone, and then once he's back, like barely having any time with his daughter.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh,
so I'm
man.
hoping
But yeah.
I'm hoping there's no turnaround on it, honestly.
Yeah, but talking about family, we actually get an extended scene, except this time with First Brother, and yeah,
The most important thing is that the dark candy is not just analogous to drugs, it literally is drugs. It's illegal to sell. It's something that they're doing underground.
yeah,
Which is, they're using this to try to take over like the government of the Grand New Society. So I mean, insane. Which now does kind of lead into like, okay, so there might be like good Granudes that aren't, fucking trying to eat people. But
hmm,
yeah, it's good. I just thought we were gonna get that from like the Stranger in the Cave, who's actually good, but anyway, we get another
yeah,
Hanto scene with his boss slash father figure, and
yep.
this guy just seems too nice. He seems like such a good dad, and that worries
Well,
me.
well, I mean, the other thing too, though, is that he seems to be really happy. So like, we'll see what happens to him. But the
Yeah,
other thing too, though, is that this scene also reintroduces Sachika because we did not see her last episode,
no,
so
and
here
as
she
I'm
is.
watching this scene, because we know stuff later, a bunch of her little decorations, she has a bunch of like little tiny chairs on her desk, and I wonder if the Gochizos are just gonna sit on those.
Oh, that's 100% going to happen when
It looks so
uh
cute.
yeah. Uh like I think the what's it called? Like the other like the thing that people are excited for is that yeah, uh like right now we technically do have a secret like secret identity still.
Yep. Uh Man, it's a thing that we'll talk about a little bit more when we get to the Boon Boonja episode too.
Yeah.
Uh anyway, we see our boy in the lab, and did he lobotomize that Gochizo?
So,
He has a drill in his hand, and he got like, I gotta finish this before you escape. And then we just
yeah.
zoom out and we just hear the drill. And I'm like, I think he lobotomized them.
So I've been seeing memes about this, and it's kind of been killing me a bit. But like people are realizing now because when people like showed off the toy for the changer, for the balance changer,
Mm-hmm.
it sounds like the Gochizo are in pain.
Yeah, it sounds
Like
like he gets electrocuted. He's like,
yeah, yeah, like someone was posting that, that one meme edit of like that one web comic where it's like someone before a judge, Your Honor, League of
yeah,
Legends,
I think I know you
death.
that death penalty
Yeah,
transform
exactly.
Henshin.
Exactly. Yeah, same thing except with the Gochizo for this.
uh,
Oh man, yeah, you've been finding so many good
dude,
memes.
I just
to
that's
send
all
me.
I've been doing. I've been on the Gav hype train. I am like this series off the jump. I've been really excited. I really like Gotchard. I think Gotchard is definitely more of like a little bit of a slow burn where we're introducing stuff. He's
Mhm.
really new. Gav is just like, bro, we're in the middle of shit, bro. We gotta deal with it. We're going.
Yeah, but
And
yeah, Mr. Scientist guy. Yeah, he is. He is very very sus sounding at times.
and then we go back to your our other scientist guy, telling, him like, hey, you're a product of, your father's love and my engineering. And he's like, your favorite, your scene is like, hey, mom always despised dad. We're not wrong to fucking hate him. Fuck that shit. And I do
Yeah.
love that for him. Uh,
Hmm.
you know,
Oh man.
some great
But yeah,
stuff of Hanto breaking into this, finding a Gochizo, and then basically finding the agents and trying to
yeah.
like do something about it.
Yeah, but also one of the funniest things though is that our scientist Granite, like he doesn't keep attacking him. He's like, it's like, please just let me go. It's like, oh, but take these with you, and basically stuffs the spicy chips into his jacket. It's
Dude,
like-
spicy
it's
chips
honestly
being an
kind of
upgrade is
cute.
so funny.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's such a nice side grade. But yeah,
but
uh,
oh man, we see our boy the Gochizo and Hanto, see that some agents are taking some people. But dude, my thought has been that Shoma has been like so far away. How fast are the Gochizos? These guys can run.
yep.
Uh, and I do love that we didn't have to spend a lot of time with Shoma like wallowing and just immediately
Mhm.
being like, no, people deserve to be happy. Like they're the bad guys. And I'm like,
Exactly.
yeah, they are. I'm glad you know. That little scene where he like goes to bed and his mom immediately starts crying, like that was so
Hmm.
sad.
Hmm.
And his dad looks like a dick. Uh I love seeing him helping out another family. It's all super cute. And obviously this all culminates into probably one of my favorite henshins so far. The like gets
Oh
shot,
man.
dodges slightly to the side, gets grazed into henshin.
Yeah, like one of the things that was like already said like during the press conference is that there is a gap, there's a gap between Shoma writer form and Shoma outside, because we still see he is still the sweet dude, but as someone, as the internet would say, as the Zoomers. Okay, sorry, I just like to joke around like as if I were an old man, but as the internet would say, he gets 100% locked in the moment he henshins.
Yeah, it's I
He is
fucking love the
locked
ones I see
in.
where it's like him and it's like born to yap, forced to lock in.
Yeah, basically.
Uh, I also one of the really subtle things I liked about the acting for this episode too is like he starts fighting and Hanto
Mhm,
immediately has the chance to like take a picture of him and he like goes
mhm.
for his phone and then he like has the realization, no, there's people to save, and you see him
Yeah,
break into the room to immediately try to free the people, and like
yeah,
that's so good. It's showing such a
yeah,
good characterization of him that like, yeah, there's a thing he's trying to do, but like he's got a good heart and he's trying to save people first. uh
yeah. Because he knows the pain of it.
Yep. And then we get man, the Geats character, or the Geats fight choreography guy going ham again.
Oh,
We see these guys
that
are not fucking around. They shoot the fucking swords from the wrong angle so that he can't use them. And
yeah.
man,
But
we
oh
get
man.
fire chips.
Wait, was it this episode or last? Oh no, it was this episode
Yep.
where he uses he does a flip off of an enemy and holds their hand to make it crank the gav.
Yep.
It is one of the
Dude,
best
that
things ever.
first of all, it shows that like the enemies are smart because they're like, okay, we're gonna stop you from doing the thing that powers you up. But then he
Hmm.
backflips for it. That is so cool. That shit was awesome. Then he does the finishes shut up.
Yeah,
Fantastic. Like the vibes there
yeah.
were great. Uh,
And talk about the fight choreography, the fact that like the chips, like literally just him, just literally just like it's more like we don't really see much with like the fire. It really is much more of just like kind of a power boost for the chips.
yeah, kind of like the gummy punch and the gummy
Yeah.
kick are like big boosters
Mm,
for the gummy form.
exactly. But yeah, like we see that's how it is, and then yeah, Shoma in Common Rider form basically helps helps Hanto like free them, and he's like saying no, don't do that, because like he's like both of
Trying to
them are
knock us at
basically
the
like thinking about
break.
their
Yep.
parents. Yeah, both of them are thinking about their moms, and like he basically like saves them all, and all the humans are like oh god, it's a monster, which is still really funny when you see Gav's rider form still, because
Yeah, he's
everyone's like
not as
saying
monstrous as the others, of course.
yeah,
He's very cute
but
comparatively. But
yeah,
yeah, I
but
love
he
the
saves them
Hanto
all.
sticking up for him.
Yeah, it's so good. It's like no, he's the one saving you guys.
He's the
Yeah,
common
and
rider that's saving you. And he just says like thank you and dips. Very cute. Uh
yeah,
and then we get probably what you're most excited about at the end here.
yeah,
We go back to Sachiko's. Again, her house is so beautiful. I want to live there so bad.
it is. Yeah.
And our boy
Oh
shows
man.
back up and he's like, I'm sorry. I had to think over a lot of things. Please let me live here.
Yeah, and admit it, and like rightfully, she's angry that he left without saying goodbye.
You just disappeared on me. And she ends up calling him like kind of a puppy. She does like a puppy, like a one chance with the puppy play, like puppy like word play on it or whatever. He is
Which
very
is a
puppy
very
coded as a character.
Yeah, which is a very Gyaru thing to do, to just like use a lot of shorthand, a lot of slang.
A
It's
lot
it's
of
it's great
puns.
how like they left that in for Sachika.
And I love
But
that
yeah,
he's come back because he's like, I was happy here. I'm gonna make a life where I can be happy. Like that's so cute.
and then it's like I also want to make people happy like you do, and I'm like,
Yep.
damn.
Yep. And then,
Yeah,
we get the thing that I've been worried about. So with me loving Taya's father figure and then him maybe being evil, I was like,
mm,
please don't be evil. I just want someone to have a good dad.
yeah,
And it looks like he is. He's just been kidnapped.
yeah. He now this time he is actually targeted.
Yep.
But like but yeah, like why would he be targeted though? That is the curious thing.
We're about to find out because we get Valen debut. And we're just gonna
uh,
leave it at that because we got other shows to talk about. We gotta go fast.
yeah.
Uh,
Oh man.
Ultramat had two-part episodes, so this kind of worked out. Episode
Yeah.
one, message. The mech looks fantastic. I'll start with.
Yeah. Yeah, you were so excited for this
I've
match,
been so
and
excited, and honestly, as two episodes, they've delivered. So
yes, they really did.
everyone,
Uh,
everyone working together when this big mech thing shows up. Well, I think we get the kaiju first. Always love the
mhm.
four-legged kaiju's. They're real fun. I feel like they always kind of give some interesting choreography. Big fan of the drill nose. It's just a cute little staple. But then we get robot from the sky named Givas later, which also sick as fuck name.
Yeah.
Uh, Robot fight is fantastic. He's got like a secondary armor in the back.
Hmm.
So he's got a
Yeah, like
form change, which means fantastic toy that I want. Uh,
it's so much fun thinking about like all these things in terms of, man, that's good merchandising. I want it.
to be fair, it's because I want it,
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, big thing is, he ends up saving some kids from the kaiju. We do get to see like Yuma be injured out of arc form, basically,
Hmm.
and it'll become interesting because in the next episode we'll see that he keeps that injury in human form as well.
Yeah.
Uh, but we get to see a cute montage of everyone trying to work together to translate the message the robot is giving. And at the very end of the episode, we get the like it translated, I think it's like "Are you my Givas? I am here to be your Givas." And when they translated it, they translated Givas to enemy, which
Hmm.
basically has our coffee dude being like, "Well, I mean, in that case, we have proof that he's evil. Time to kill."
Yeah, but the episode. I mean, honestly, actually no. I mean, I can't even talk about the episode preview because we're going through 2 episodes. But yeah, like honestly, I just like you said, this robot fight was just just so cool. Like I love the fact that I love this robot as well
Yeah.
too. It's so
One of
cool
the
looking.
things for this episode also like it gives us a good cliffhanger because ending on the like him, Yuma, and Sho fighting, and then like
Mhm.
I guess you're just like all the other GGF people, like oof.
Yeah.
And we won't talk about specifically the preview, but the preview thing saying like a bond that reaches between dimensions will be formed. I saw people like posting like some of the most like funny crossovers they can think of. I think some of my favorite were like it's Don Momotaro in here because it's the Bond. People would be like just different like Sentai actors or whatever. Um, and it's like I knew that I was not where they're going, but it was some good memes coming out of this.
Yeah.
Uh, but then we start the next episode in the bath.
Yes. And we get to see my favorite. We get to see my favorite alien.
Yeah, we got
It's
Mushroom
so
Man.
cute. Yeah, Mushroom Man's so cute.
Yeah. Again, talking about we get to see the scar that he's gotten from the Ultraman fight, and it's just cute little continuity things like that, you know?
Yeah, like it makes like I mean honestly I need to see more Ultramen, but like it's actually kind of interesting that yeah that that wounds as Ultraman will carry over into the human form.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
they're like one and the same, so that makes sense.
Hmm.
Man, we're not gonna have too much time to talk about it, but I've seen stuff where apparently after this, like the next like arc we're getting of arc is gonna be very different. This has been like the setup arc. And I know I've seen preview images of like the new armor, so I'm just really excited for where we're going. Um,
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's just really interesting too because like this being an alien language, like there's I don't watch Star Trek, but there is an episode that a lot of my Star Trek loving friends will love to refer to, where it's like all the aliens are speaking English, but they're speaking in metaphor,
mm.
but like
So even if you
it's
know the
like
words, you don't know exactly what they're saying.
exactly. It's like something with his arms opened wide, or like something at the gates, which is like kind of like a word like it means something failed, and like it kind of reminded me a little bit about how this is like. Oh wait, no, like they have a contextual language where depending on what's in the sky, words can change, and yeah, like if the
Yeah,
moon's
it was
if the
also
moon's
one
in
of
the
those
sky,
things where like they brought up the logic about like moon civilizations and how that meaning to be, and I'm just one of the and I'm just doing like I don't know if that works like that. I just have to believe you.
yeah, I mean it's cool because I mean at least they they give some logic for how this kind of stuff works. But at the same time, like what's also great too is like as we see with Mr. Mushroom Man, like not all aliens are bad. Please give us like telling like telling my favorite who we have he's the problematic fave because he's like so hardline to like he wants to believe they're good but they keep failing him.
Yeah.
um
Yep. And I
yeah.
did love seeing that, after the conversation, Yuma goes back and everyone's still working hard and he's like, look, we'll
Mhm.
talk about it later. And it was cute. It was nice that it was resolved really fast, but it was like a
Yeah.
cute sentiment. Uh I
But
think my favorite thing about this whole episode is like them being like, okay, we're gonna get you to the robot. Just no doing anything stupid. We're gonna take the least risky option,
and
which
he's
is the
climbing it.
boy is gonna the man is going to climb up a mech with his bare hands. Why does he even
Yeah.
have the rope? He's not attaching it to anything. The rope
Yeah.
is just holding him down.
But
Also,
on
he
but
climbed
honestly,
that
I love
mech in like 2 hours or something.
yeah. But
That's
what I love
insane.
about this though is that it's like it's like the scale is showing like like we see the suit for the mech. It's smooth, but like when we zoom in, there's just a bunch of like things jutting out of it. It's
Yep.
really really cool
it's a
looking.
it's a
Like
fun way to
I
use
love
the
that.
scale for sure.
Yeah.
And then it's real sad to see, we get inside Givas. The writer is dead.
Yeah. The
Uh,
pilot's dead, and he puts the helmet on, and then he understands everything.
yep. Givas was made to help look for a new moon for the civilization. Uh,
Mhm.
One of the things I didn't get, maybe it was just the dub or something. I don't know if the sub did it differently, but they're like, it says Givos is looking for a new moon. What does that mean? And I was like, that seems really self-explanatory. He needs a new moon for his planet. Like, I assume that could be
Yeah,
a kind of rock. It could be an asteroid. Like, I not being specific, but it feels like he's telling you what he needs.
yeah.
Um,
Like it's like he's saying he needs it because like they get energy from the moon, and them not
and their moon
having
went out, and
yeah.
unfortunately, that entire civilization died. They were the only ones left. He wants
Mhm.
Givus to have a friend because he didn't want him to just wander the like expanses of space by
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah, it's actually really sad too because they built this robot knowing that they were gonna die, but they wanted to still have a piece of their civilization out there
Yep,
to make
and
a
it's
friend.
obviously Givus is sentient, has like thoughts
Hmm.
and feelings, and we get this cool fight where he like stops and like de-transforms mid fight. I am your Giva. Like it's very cute. It's very wholesome.
Yeah,
This suit looks fantastic.
yeah, and
Um,
then yeah, he basically like like intervenes and just fights the two or intervenes between the two.
yeah, I've seen a lot
Yeah,
of really good memes of that little dog holding his arms out. Stop fighting!
yeah,
But as Ultraman, and he gets him to fly away, be safe. This isn't what he wanted for you. And then we end the episode like,
yeah.
wonder what that moon thing was about. And I'm like, that's gonna come back later, isn't it?
Yeah, it's also kind of funny too because like since he is like trying to just intervene between the two, like he's defending both of them from each other.
Yep.
Like
But
yeah,
I do like that. So we're getting a recap episode next week. So probably gonna be light on talking about it. But we're getting it
hmm,
framed as like Mr. Coffee's notes that he's been taking on Skip, and
yeah,
on the fact that like Yuma found them, and it's like you've been spying on us, and he's like, well, I've just been taking notes of my work, and it's like I don't know if I can trust you anymore. It's really funny. So we're
yeah,
gonna see what actual like plot relevant stuff comes up there.
yep. I mean, like it's honestly kind of great because like except for I think like Blazers we want to film an Ultraman special, like yeah, the recap episodes do still have like some lore for us to understand.
Yep. And
Yeah.
now we get Sun Cedar episode. I love
Yes.
seeing all the Mad Rex stuff. I
Mhm.
loved the fact that when we get to the opening and we get to the like Tokidoki part, we get to see them prominent.
Yeah, oh, man. Yeah, I mean like it's like we know every week I'm just gonna be saying I love the Sand Skeeter. So like here's us getting to talk about the Sand Skeeters for an entire episode.
Yeah, and we gotta go fast because we got a whole other episode that's about something else to talk about. But I do love
Yeah.
seeing that like Mad Rex was the one who like got them out when they were at their lowest, and he helped them out. And they're like, we want to bring him back. So this
Mhm.
whole episode is just like we're gonna do stuff, try to bring his memories back. I love
Yeah.
that they do the whole ass full roll calls and poses, and we
Yeah,
got
they
Yaruka's
they
Boon Red.
yeah, they bring back the mask from breaks from the break episode. No, from the depression episode. That's what it was.
Yep, and we get like the poses, and he just does not react.
Yeah,
Uh
it's so good.
but then
Oh
it's like,
man.
hey, turns out like the dark Boon changer thing they have that controls the mech can also be used to just call the regular Boon frequencies.
Yeah,
And they
honestly, that was
decide,
actually super. Yeah, that was actually super cool. Like he like number one, Yarkar just straight up steals the police ones.
yep,
Uh, and yeah, they have to deal with a dark like patrol boon, and it's so cool. So
I
we have
like the
patrol boon
fact.
boon. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the fact that they trick them into a delivery. I love that Boondaria's like, you're not supposed to have this number. Oh well, I guess you found it anyway. Uh,
Yeah.
and they've decided like, yeah, fight with his rival. That's what's going to be the thing. But yes, Yarukar just yanking the patrol cars and stuff out of there, and them using the robo combination was super good. And the fact that like the only thing that that was like the reason they lost was just basically because like they had less upgrade. Because they had they did night, they were able to win. But them using night was the thing that brought back a little bit of Mad Rex's memories. And this
Yeah.
episode ending with them like, even though they've been defeated, like, we're never gonna stop trying to fight for you, Mad Rex. Like, it's super cute. I love how
Yeah.
wholesome
Like
these guys are.
Okay, I'm gonna admit I was screaming like, no, no, don't say it like dying words. And then we get and then we get like scene at the hideout, and they're just bandaged up, so we get another silly little outfit for these three.
I know, it was so cute. I love that
Yeah,
now they're just like CG editing Sakito into the endings, like on the corners and shit.
yeah.
This one was like a
Uh,
really dumb one. I really liked it.
yeah. Oh man, but yeah, but the big thing though is that during that is that we see that Mad Rex actually did remember for
Just a little bit.
realsies.
We got just a little bit.
Hmm.
Which honestly, we'll skip the previous. We're just going to talk about the next episode. But the next episode intro being said by them is so cute too.
Yeah.
And they're talking about how like, oh, we lost, but like, first of all, they did actually give them a run for their money this time.
They did.
Uh,
They did. They made them go through three forms.
yep. And then
Yeah.
they're still trying to like buddy up to this race, Mad Rex.
Yeah.
Still, they're still they want to get him back. I
Hmm.
love that like this race's whole thing is like I'm going to show you fucking how to win a war with marketing.
Yeah, it's so good. And then like I was like, I love this too because like Sakito, being the big eater he is, which is great, which is that like that's how this episode starts. He basically eats curry and it finishes instantly, and he's like,
I
huh?
love that he has money for once.
Yeah.
Uh,
Exactly.
but also, I also think like just like the visual storytelling is really good. You
Hmm.
can see that like the curry that they make is just like brown, and you don't see any vegetables or anything in it.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, something's off here. And he finishes it without like feeling any of the eating, and it's like, oh, what's up with that? And he's like,
Yeah.
wait, Bundi, we gotta go in here, dude. I ate this curry, but like I feel like I didn't eat this curry.
Hmm. But yeah, this entire episode is all about curry because like Mira's current job this episode is at a curry shop.
Yeah, I love seeing her do all these different jobs. I love seeing it like, oh, it's a shop I've been coming to forever, so I'm working here right now.
Hmm.
The vibes are so funny. There's a rival store that's stealing all our customers. The reason they're doing that is because they're fucking drugging the curry with magic. Uh, but
Yeah, and
also, we're gonna send some people. We're gonna work on perfecting our curry recipe, though.
yeah, Mira and Tai gotta stay back and do that. But man, Joe and Chachiro going to the curry shop, seeing Sakito, and all three of them getting addicted is so funny. This episode.
It's a good combination. I also really liked the like Taya. It's like, okay, I've got some of the rarest spices. Don't worry, we're gonna make the greatest curry. Isn't that kind of expensive? I
Yeah.
guess you're right. I guess you're right. What if we just make this a luxurious indoor? Stop it.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. What if I
he's such
buy
a
out
nepo baby.
the company, the enemy company? Stop it. Just shut the fuck up, Ty.
He's such a nepo baby. It's so funny.
He is.
In
He
this
is.
episode.
And then when Dario shows up, like, bro, I cannot let you keep talking about this.
Yeah. It's
I also love that, like, this is the dichotomy. We had episode 3. We cannot let Boo and Dario go outside. People will recognize them. That's going to cause mass panic. Episode
yeah.
31, Bundario has a job at the curry shop. He works here now. He just does this in his spare time now. Because that's basically how the episode ends. He looks like he's working there.
Yeah. Also, I love the logic of how they're using the auto monster to
Yes,
make
clock
the curry.
auto to speed time.
Yeah, like people are about to eat. He basically speeds up time so that they basically instantly eat their food.
Yep,
It's,
and the same thing for cooking it. And I feel like that's also why the curry is supposed to look like brown sludge, because it's made so fast.
yeah,
Everything has been like minced in there.
exactly.
Also,
Which is a good counterpart to what actually solves this episode and why the girl wasn't able to make the curry the same way that she did back in the day because
how her
she
dad
wasn't
did.
stewing it. Yeah, because of how she wasn't stewing it for long enough.
Yep, you needed time. You needed to put in the time to get the desired
Mhm.
result. Also, again, fantastic outfits for the Sand Eaters. We got these cute little chef outfits, and Yarukar has like a tie. Love that for him. A distinguished little
Yeah.
gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, also fantastic, because I feel like she hasn't gotten enough time to shine. I love the fact that Mira just showed up and soloed this guy.
Yeah.
She just like showed up, gave people the courage
Yeah.
to be like, okay, the curse is broken because now you have like good for food. I'm about to like 1v1 this man.
What's really funny is that they all they love to bring up how Mira is very cranked up.
Yep.
But whenever she does get cranked up, it's like, oh god, friend or foe, they are getting pushed aside. It's
Dude,
so good.
it's great, and it also like it ties back to the fact that eventually she's supposed to be their driver, she's supposed to be their ace, and I love that they are building it up on the like, okay, she's actually hyped up, she's about to solo this guy, basically.
Yeah.
Like she just kills him on her own. She just like walks up, beats the shit out of him, then goes like, all right, we can all do the finishing move together.
Yeah, and also the suit actor, putting in all the all the work to just do to make it seem that yeah, she's gonna do this.
Oh my god. Yeah, the suit actor was fantastic. The fight was fantastic. Yeah. It was just cool seeing her just like, no, fuck you. And then,
Yeah.
we get the mech. It's time to bring the mech out. And she's like, here, give me Leo.
Yeah. But the other big thing in this episode too is, what's Genba been up to this episode? And we figured out, and we see what Mad Rex needs. He needs,
Moon
he
Red
needs
to
Taya
kill him. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fantastic. That's some cool vibes. Like, oh hey, I need you to kill me, but I need him to kill me because he's the guy I want to kill me. Like, fantastic vibes. This race just obliterated Gemp.
Yeah, this keeps happening. This keeps happening to Genba.
I also do love that, like, just was like, hey, this is a skill issue and not on my part, and just fucking crushes him.
Yeah, but it's a whole thing, because I mean, he's the one that took over his planet, so
Yep.
It makes sense for him to still try and solo until, I mean, he's eventually gonna come back. We don't know when, but yeah, it makes sense for him to just just be just angry at this race, just simple minded.
Yep. And then cutting back to the mech fight again, we go for the finisher immediately. Hey, can you give me the 199 blaster? Okay, cool. And she just finishes it off. I just loved seeing the Taya suit actor, the red suit actor, like just looking with like such admiration at Pink and being like, that's cranked up. And I was just like, that guy's probably thinking, I should have built her the 199
Yeah.
We need to give her an upgrade. Which, by the way, the drip on the Boon Boon champion jackets.
Yes,
Holy
okay,
shit,
yeah.
they look so good.
Okay, so these were kind of shown, a lot of people, we've been seeing, we saw a single image of them last week, and everyone was already in love with them. I was in love with them, and then we got more images for each of them. And okay, so I've said this multiple times, but Tokyuger and Kira Major are two of my favorite Sentai.
Yes.
And one of the reasons why is because the super power, the super upgrade is able to be used by the entire team. So I remember back when 119 was like, man, I really hope the others get it. I was complaining that I want the others to also get an upgrade.
Yeah,
and we are getting an upgrade for all of them, and they look so good wearing it too. Because I was also wondering too, because what's it called, when we saw the first image, I didn't really notice that they all were color coded on their right sleeve, just their regular suits.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing that on them, it's so good. I love the look of them in these champion jackets.
Fantastic. Yeah, I do like it when all of them get to use the upgrade. I love that everyone gets a champion jacket. Yeah, very excited. It looks fantastic. And Genba's fucking passed out of the ground, and who picks him up but Sakito? I think we're gonna get a Sakito Genba episode, basically. And I'm super excited about that. That's a team pair, like a team up that I'm like, yes.
Yeah, they keep putting those two together as well too,
because they're both from space. We gotta got the space boys hanging out.
Yeah.
But
and what do you know? But yes, and talking about my favorite Sentai.
Wait, before we talk about your favorite Sentai, this time we've just decided to superimpose Sakito in the suit dancing in the ending. And now they've superimposed him in the car too, which I thought was really funny. I love anytime they have them the Boon Boongers, we just see a slightly smaller Sakito off to the side.
Yeah.
When your boy is slightly smaller than he usually is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, favorite Sentai.
Oh,
It is time for
yeah.
Tokyuger.
Yeah. So them starting off with, "Are you looking for a place to die?" So because that is literally Akira's like line. I'm looking like this is the place where I will die every single time he transforms, and we get to hear his harmonica, and like so. The thing is, we already knew a couple weeks ago that. Because it is the anniversary for Tokuger, that we knew that Tokyo Ichigo, right, was the red, was going to be showing up first. But I was not expecting Akira. Tokyo 6. Oh my god, I am so excited for Tokyo Rokugo. He is one of my favorites, and I honestly I just love everything about Tokyo. So I don't like how many episodes of it have you seen?
I've still only seen the first one.
Oh man, you
Yeah, but I told you I might prioritize going to watch Go Kaiju because Go Kai Red's going to be in Houston.
oh yeah, true.
So
But yeah,
I haven't
yeah,
been watching a
I'm
lot of
so happy.
Sentai. Been busy with work, like
Mhm.
other than the ongoing Sentai. But yeah, the episode looks cute. I'm
Yeah.
really excited to see it. I love seeing the crossovers.
Yeah, and it looks like we actually are gonna be seeing a track change, which is
Yeah, which is the
which is
color switches.
yeah, and I'm so excited to see that because like yeah, but it also looks like we are gonna be getting a major we are also gonna be getting a major Sakito and Break episode. So I'm
Yep.
really hoping that there is time for both of them. But
Also,
like,
one thing
oh
that apparently
man,
people are surprised is that they have the practical suit still for the Tokyuger mech.
oh yeah. Like I don't think you watched Zenkaiger yet.
No.
But there actually is a scene where they actually did show off. There actually is a scene where they actually did bring in like all the a bunch of different suits for a bunch of different mechs.
Right, because yeah,
All at the same time.
that was like the Zord season kind of.
Yeah, they actually did. They actually did show them off. So yeah, but
No, it's cool.
man, I'm just so excited to see, and I'm just so excited to see Rokugo and Ichigo again. Yeah, Ryan and Akira are they're such great characters.
And with
I'm
that,
gonna be so excited
we
for
will
next
let
week.
you go because we know this is already way longer than our half hour, but it was 2 episodes, so technically it's shorter than it should be. Uh, that's kind of some solid logic, I think. But we'll see you next week. Later.
Later.
This program is brought to you by.
Our unending love of Tokusatsu.
If you enjoyed the show, please be sure to like and subscribe.
And hit the bell for notifications. And if you would like to support us further, consider becoming a patron at our Patreon, Half Hour Henshin.
You can get some exclusive benefits, such as your name in the credits and joining our sticker club. Or, if you want to help with a one-time donation,
you can also find us at Ko-fi at Half Hour Henshin. You can email us with any questions or theories at halfhourhenshin@gmail.com or on Twitter at halfhourhenshin.